The chairman, we, I think, have to be more direct. The current system is absolutely financially unsustainable. It doesn't work. I mean, the Vermont Medicaid program is going broke. Vermont employers are facing wicked increases in the Blue Cross Blue Shield premiums that they pay on behalf of their workers. And the biggest rising cost is the cost of pharmaceutical drugs. And, there's a lot to be said about the innovation that we've seen in pharma. But if the cost of the drug kills us, people can't afford it, and access is limited by price, it has an effect on public health. And the fact that some other countries don't have as many drugs, yet they have better health outcomes than we have in the United States, many of the countries that my colleague just mentioned, should ask us a question. I mean, the current system, we're unique. We are absolutely unique in this country where we have no governmental role to push back on behalf of consumers against the unlimited pricing power of the pharmaceutical industry. That's the reality. And what is being argued, as I hear it, is that if we intervene at all, using governmental power on behalf of consumers, on behalf of employers, on behalf of taxpayers, it's going to crush innovation. Now, let me be candid. There could be an impact on innovation. I mean, if under the current model, you can come up with a product, you've got a guaranteed buyer in the VA program, in the Medicare program, in the Medicaid program, and you get to name your price, what investor doesn't like the sound of that deal? But why are we here? We're here because pharma brought us here. There is not a member in this committee who doesn't have a loved one or person they know, a friend, who didn't benefit from life-saving and pain-relieving medications. That is a good thing, and we want to sustain it. Nobody wants to limit that access. But pharma pushed, and they pushed, and they pushed. And those CEO salaries, $100 million, and they justified it because they're doing great things for medicine. 99% of their incredible profits went back to shareholders in stock buybacks. And then using the market exclusivity that this Congress provided to them, where they have that monopoly power, they continued to raise prices on prescriptions that citizens needed, even though there was no improvement in the medication, even though there was no cost increase to them in the production. They did it because they could, and because we let them do it. So we've got a situation where we can continue with the status quo, and that is unlimited pricing power to the pharmaceutical industry. Whatever the CEO salary was last year, let's double it. Whatever we had in dividends, let's raise it. We've got the public, the taxpayer, the employers who somehow, some way will figure out how to deal with that 10 or 15% premium increase. And we have employers now, the average cost of an employer-sponsored health care plan is $20,000. What's that doing to the capacity of a worker to get a raise? So there's not a pure answer that's going to make everybody happy. But here's where I want to be candid. This is not a partisan issue. This is a policy disagreement. I happen to believe you have to have price negotiation in order to make any progress on affordability. A lot of my colleagues don't. That's a fair and square debate. It's not partisan, it's a decision. I offered an amendment in 2017 to have price negotiation in this committee, and it was voted down on a straight partisan vote. Now, I didn't see that as a partisan issue. I saw it as a disagreement, and we're playing that out now. But bottom line, there's a decision, status quo or not. We're going to figure out innovation because there's not a single person here who doesn't share the concerns of Congresswoman Brooks. She stated them quite eloquently. But it's got to come with affordability, and the ripoff has to end. I yield back.
Thank the gentleman.